Oh my god.
It's still a great intro, isn't it?
Still good. I just forgot about it, and then just like see that, and I'm like, oh god, I look so gross.
I just think it's lovely. I mean, the one because Kevin covered you last week.
Yes, I watched that.
Edited the video. It was good.
Yes. So I actually watched that because I couldn't make it, but at least I watched it, and it was a good show though. I enjoyed watching it.
Well, thank you. We try. I mean, Kevin had a lot to live up to replace you. You see.
Well, you can't get rid of me that easily, I'm afraid.
No, of course not. Nice. Of course not.
It was good to have Kevin back on.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm hoping that some of the other youth workers can come on from time to time.
Oh yeah,
we can have guests. I mean, I did try to get my sister to be a guest today, but she had to work a bit later, unfortunately. So, but hello, welcome to Free to Talk TV. If you are watching, please give us a like. Please give us a comment. With everything we talk about, if you want to get your view across, please put it in the comments, and I can pop it up for us to answer in real time because of the wonders of modern technology. Although it did take months into the first lockdown to work that out, didn't it? It's like, oh look, what I can do.
It took me a long time.
It was pretty funny. So Owen, what were you doing last week?
Okay, so last week, as you probably know, I wasn't here because Kevin covered for me. Thank you, Kevin. Much appreciated. So over that week of October, half term, I was filming.
Okay.
Yeah, I was filming a little short music video sort of thing.
Hello, Richard.
Hey.
Sorry, doing a quick hello.
That's all right. That's all right. It's always good to say hello to everyone that comes on. So yeah, I was just off for about 2 or 3 days doing a little bit of shooting. Actually, quite local. Eastfield Park, if you know where that is.
Yeah, no, whereabouts that is. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were just in the little woodland area, just doing a little bit of live shooting for a few hours.
Oh, excellent. So when are we going to be able to watch it and find out what it is?
It's already on YouTube.
Oh, is it?
It is already on YouTube at this exact moment. I can't speak today. So I'll find it on my phone.
If you like, Owen, if you put the post on your own Facebook, I can share it on my Youth Work Facebook and get people to watch it if you like.
It is a little bit of a gory thing, so I would probably say it's about a 12+ sort of thing.
It's about a 12+. Okay, well, to be on Facebook, people should be 13 or older anyway, technically. So we should be fine. Should be fine. It's a PG show. This.
It is a PG show. Luckily, it's just music.
Just music.
Gone blurry.
My camera's blurry. It was doing an autofocus thing. It's because of my new setup. You see, because I've got the camera there and I've got a new mic and stuff. It's all technology. It's all great. Right. So, I mean, we've got two main things to talk about this week, haven't we? So we're going to talk about this week. We're going to talk about the new lockdown 2.0.
Yes. Oh God.
And the dreaded coronavirus continuation. But also because it's even though it's not directly important for young people, it's probably the biggest news of for ages is the American election.
Yes.
Which I've got some.
So we're going to be talking about your favourite person again, aren't we?
Sorry?
We're going to be talking about your favourite person again, aren't we?
No, Boris Johnson wasn't in this election.
Ah, you're second favourite then.
Yeah, but we're going to talk about the orange
pear-shaped
blancmange that is a continuing enjoyment roller coaster ride of sexism, racism, and just weirdness. And yeah, we'll just talk about that.
If you ever want to have a look at a man that's acting like a toddler, just look at the current president at the moment, which hopefully might not be the next president.
It's all a bit much, isn't it? It is all a bit much. But also just want to give people a heads up on some stuff that's planned with Free to Talk over the next few weeks. So we'll start off with that because it's nice.
Yes, of course.
We're going to the first bit of lockdown. So some people might have seen me talk about the Free to Talk gaming. Now are launching a Twitch channel in a couple of weeks, which is quite exciting. I've got the basics stuff set up. Now, Owen is also going to help me on that as well. Yay!
Yes.
So I'm not going to tell people about it yet. I'm going to do a big announcement about the exact game we're playing, but to let people know, for those who watch the Twitch channel, I will be doing giveaways of the game we're playing at the time.
Yes.
To get people going. And we're going to use that Twitch channel for young people to come join us, do some content creation, you know, or if you just want to play the game and have it streamed to Twitch or YouTube, you know, I can show you how to do it through the basics, because it's quite fun. But on that, I did do a post earlier in the week about Among Us that I have watched people play, and Owen convinced me to get, and I still haven't played it yet because I'm busy. But I do plan next week. We will be doing an all against all Among Us session.
Yes.
So I'll host that. We won't stream it, but what I will ask if I can record it, so I can do a funny video of all of us going, it's the red one, no, it's the green one. Oh, I can't believe you killed me.
So can I join on that, please?
Of course you can. You convinced me to get it. Yeah. So I know a few people said they've got it. Richard, he said hello earlier. I think he said he's got it. There's a couple of others on Free2talk Gaming. But if any other young people want to join us, I will be doing a host and send out the multiplayer details for that. But we are
send the code.
Online stuff. Leanne, I think a few people from Lodge Farm might have met her, is doing some arty stuff. We've still got loads of other stuff going on, but if you need any help kind of stuff through this second lockdown, please let us know, because I do want to ask all young people that obviously we're going into the second lockdown, and that's kind of my first question to Owen. I mean, this is the second lockdown, and the thing is, the first lockdown obviously affected loads of people very negatively, like with mental health and everything. But the question is, do you think you're more prepared for this lockdown?
I'm not 100% sure, in my opinion, because obviously it was inevitable that this was going to happen. And everyone pretty much knew it was going to happen, depending on when it was going to happen. We just knew it was going to happen, especially in Northampton.
Yeah.
I do think now we've experienced a little glimpse of what the first lockdown was like. We can have some sort of idea of what we are expecting to do. And hopefully this second one is like being told off and saying, you better learn your lesson. And hopefully people will learn this lesson and take this a bit more seriously now, because things have turned up to 11, should we say?
Yeah.
We need to turn that gauge down.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the infection rate has been going up. The death rates have been going up again, but I think with especially with the young people, I mean, I think your techniques for dealing with it are quite important. So, I mean, what did you use last time? I mean,
so last time, which I have mentioned in other previous streams that we've done on Free2talk TV. So, and I'll happily recap it as well. So
yeah, please do.
Yeah, so my main proper method I use is personal meditation. I do two types of meditation. I do mindfulness and body meditation, and they're both relatively different. So I mainly focus on my mind, because as I am right now, I'm in my room, and I'm probably going to be spending the majority of my time in here. And I don't know if anyone actually feels the same way as I do. So just if you have the same sort of thing, just say I do or something in the chat. But I have a feeling that my room does become like a prison cell after a time.
Yeah.
Like every time I leave it, I'm being bungee jumped back into the room. So I'm always restrained back into one particular place. And that just gets a little bit tiring, in my opinion. So when it comes to when I was doing mindful meditation, it makes me release and relax myself, because everyone in this day and age is really quick and rushing around everywhere, getting here, there, everywhere. But taking the time to slow down makes you realize about that the fact is everything is okay, and enough for you just to see things through a bit easier.
Yeah. Okay.
That's like a bit of an uncanny description, should we say, of what mindfulness is. It's just a way of slowing down your mind to stop the speed of everything in your head going crazy.
Yeah. I mean, also, to add to that, I mean, this is just something that's helped me because, I mean, Owen knows, and I've said it before. I mean, I'm still in lockdown, even though people are allowed out again. I haven't been allowed out. But one thing about, I say, not being allowed out was, I'm not allowed to go in, talk to people, like do the gatherings, go to the pub, or even go to cinema. Any of that I couldn't do, but I could still go out for walks, get a bit of sunshine, stuff that, I mean, obviously with the weather getting worse, sometimes you just sit indoors, you're like, I'm not going out. And with the weather getting colder, yes, I have done that, but I've still never left it more than a day or two, really in between going out, because I've tried not to. So I think trying to make sure you're able to do that is important. But there's another little things, like even if you can't see people face to face, we're doing this. We've got a camera. We've got this wonderful modern technology. Yeah, you can still do this. And I think this is for everybody, not just young people. I mean, I think it's important for like my old elderly parents as well. Like I did a video call with them yesterday, in actual fact, because actually being able to see anyone's faces for elderly people is beneficial as well. So
it's if I can add on to that, it's not just the faces that just make you feel better. It's also hearing their actual voice instead of a text message, because a text message, you're reading it yourself.
Yeah.
So hearing the other person's voice is just as good as seeing them in person.
Yeah, it is. In
this situation, but obviously being in person with those particular people, top notch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if anyone else has got any other suggestions on what they've done to help them through the first lockdown and what's been going on, please let us know in the chat. Give us any other suggestions you've got. But with this second lockdown, unlike the first one, schools and colleges are still open.
Yes.
So, I mean, do you think that's beneficial for young people because they've still got that?
Oh, now this is a topic that I've had to listen to in college with some of my tutors. I won't disagree of who my tutor is, but their personal opinion is that it's probably not a good idea to be back in school, because it is a breeding ground. It is a massive breeding ground for the virus to spread, because it's young people working with adults.
Yeah.
More so really with colleges and universities.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit more of a higher risk because they're a bit more rebellious to do things that are not normal to the average child, for instance, like going out drinking and having a good time like that. Obviously with primary schools and secondary schools, they are way stricter as they are, and they literally have been monitoring everything that they've been doing. But I do think that if we're going to do a full-on country lockdown, it means lockdown. Schools should be closed for a certain bit of time. Yeah. Maybe just like 2 or 3 weeks, just see if that level drops in that time. And if possible, teachers could just send work by email to parents or students directly if they've got a student email address, or send it through the mail. Like you can get like for instance, GCSE levels, that's going to be a massive difference. My brother missed out on his GCSEs, so they could be given test papers in the mail from their tutors in the time frame that they're off to do and just keep, because the more test papers you do, the better you're going to get with the actual exam itself. So I know I went a little bit off topic, a tiny bit, but I do think that there is a good argument to say that the school should have closed on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I understand what you mean, because obviously there's lots of data to say that they are areas of concern for coronavirus being passed around, and the infection rate has gone up. I mean, it's not something you're ever going to get away. I mean, we could have an eternal lockdown where nobody sees anybody ever again, but that will just never work.
No.
It'd be too difficult. But I think, I mean, we've had in Northampton the news. Let me just bring it up on the screen share.
Yep.
So we've had 3-year groups at home to allow deep clean at Northampton School after 2 pupils got coronavirus. So it's around 50 pupils over 3-year groups at Malton School and Science College. That was today, I think, or this morning. So they've sent those 50 young people home, and they're sorting out a deep clean of the areas they've been because of those 2 coronavirus cases. Those young people will go into isolation, but that means that all the rest of the young people can go back.
Mm.
So without too much interruption to their education. Now, I'll tell you how I feel about this first. And I think that's a great thing to do. If you're able to do it in a school where you go, right, contact trace or whatever, you know who's actually got it, who's brought it in, and then you can isolate them, but life is not interrupted too much for everyone else. I think that's really beneficial. So, but I mean, it goes with people I know that run pubs and restaurants. I mean, yes, there's another case of why should people be allowed to go to the pubs, but everyone in that business area, which I used to work in, have done their absolute utmost to protect people, with masks, gloves, limited numbers of people. I mean, my favorite pub that friends of mine run and own, on Wednesday night, the last night of lockdown, that they were doing booking only to come in, so they didn't get inundated with idiots, basically. So,
which is a good idea.
And lots of pubs that have used their own track and trace, not the government track and trace, their own version of track and trace, have managed to really help sort out who's infected and then had deep clean. So over to you for your opinion on that deep clean of the school. What do you reckon?
I think it's actually a really good idea. If they can get it as soon as possible to get it deep clean, that's brilliant. I think as well as that, as the article said, it was this morning or at least some point today. It's Friday. You've got 2 days before students go back to school. If you do the deep clean and students then go back the following week, depending on how long it takes, if they get cases of people who have been caught with it in that week, depending on what day it is, by the end of Friday, they can do a full deep clean for the weekend, and then students can still go back to school.
Yeah.
Because they can at least list of who actually caught it in the week, send them home. Students will still come in, and then at the weekend they will have a deep clean, and those students will just be self-isolated.
Yeah. So I mean,
honestly, it's a good idea.
I mean, it's a system. It's a system that could work, I think.
Yeah.
Without interrupting the education of too many young people all at once. But let us know your thoughts. Anybody else that's watched this, what do you think? I mean, I think it's going to be difficult all of next week, because obviously all our youth services have stopped as much as we are. So you're seeing our faces out there again. Well, everyone else's faces apart from mine. You're just seeing mine online. But I have asked everyone within Free2talk to help me with a little online video so we can send that out, so at least you'll still be able to have contact with some people. But obviously as youth workers, we can still do online stuff like mentoring, so we can use programs like this so you can see each other's faces, you can talk to each other rather than it just being a phone call. The only thing I can't do is what a lot of my mentees liked in the past was going to McDonald's. Sorry, can't.
I was one of them. I was one of them.
Oh dear. So we've got that lockdown. We've got stuff that we're doing, and obviously we're hoping that these 4 weeks will be a bit of a handbrake on that's going on.
Handbrake and an eye opener.
and an eye opener, yeah. So we can still do stuff at Christmas. But I mean, to be honest, I think a friend of mine, he really said it well. Now, the best way of describing him is he doesn't really like people. It gets a bit when people close in around him. Yeah, he feels a bit shaky, and he doesn't like too many people. A bit anxious.
So I'm not sure what it actually is. Is it communication anxiety or something like that?
Maybe. I mean,
it is some sort of anxiety, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we've always just said he just hates people. It's just easy. Yeah. But for him, like the whole 2 meter distance stuff. I mean, he's living his best life, you know, because for him, it's like people should have been doing this anyway. I mean, you got this thing, the whole thing about personal space that, I mean, it winds me up as well when people just close in on your personal space, and all it is just make sure you're just keeping out of it, really. I think it's thoughtful for people. Just when you're in the queue to get your shopping from Aldi with the cashiers throwing the food at you, yeah, just don't be right up behind someone's neck breathing on them, you know.
Don't do that.
It's a bit bad. Yeah, just do that and wash your hands. Just wash your hands.
Yes. I'm gonna have to in a minute.
You should be doing that anyway. Just wash your hands, people. Disgusting. Yeah. So that was our bit about the new lockdown and other coronavirus related stuff. But the only thing I want to add on this, because there's lots of conspiracy theories, shall we say, going around about coronavirus, how bad it is, to the stage where I read this morning that a family in Wales that lost 3 members of their family to coronavirus. I mean, on the death certificate it said coronavirus. We're getting trolled on social media by people asking stuff like, well, what underlying health conditions did they already have? They obviously didn't eat very well. They weren't getting enough vitamin D. You know, all this kind of conspiracy theory-esque stuff that's going around. And my biggest fear of this is people are just not being thoughtful enough about their fellow human being, and it's especially stoked by, in my mind, people that just aren't very nice.
No,
not very nice. But I've seen it on my own social media from people I know, you know, and I'm just like, they just one in particular just spews constant stuff that is right-wing conspiracy theories, and I have to kind of say right-wing because it just generally come from that side. It's not really a political stance. It's just there has been research that show people who are more right-leaning on the political spectrum read much more into conspiracy theories. It's just a bit weird. Oh, hello, Casey. Hello, Casey.
Oh, hello.
But I should remind everybody that this has killed people who've died of coronavirus, and I think everyone's forgotten that over 600 doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers who work for the NHS died of coronavirus trying to save lives. And there's still an investigation going on about, you know, in the early days of like between March and July, people not really knowing how bad it was, but to have over 600 nurses, doctors, and healthcare workers, you know, the front line, die of coronavirus. I mean, you're not going to tell me that they all died because of underlying medical conditions, like doctors and nurses on the front line. I mean, it's just unheard of, isn't it? I mean, it's not just me, is it, Owen?
No, it's not just you. You're not the only one that's thinking that. You're not the only one.
I mean, it just seems that people are just so forgetful.
It goes through one ear and goes out the other.
Yeah. So Casey, long time no see. How's everyone? Well, we're still going. I've been off for a little bit, Casey. Come back with Owen here doing Free2talk TV, and obviously missing you being our on-site reporter, which is good. So we've just been talking about the new lockdown. the state of coronavirus.
Yeah.
But I think because I talked about not nice people who've been sharing disinformation and stuff about the coronavirus and whipping people up into a kind of stupor of.
You can't get through it, can you? You can't get through it, can you?
You can't get through it. I think we need to now talk about the American election.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right. I mean, this is not obviously local news. It's not something that really directly affects young people, but I think it's important to talk about because we've had quite possibly one of the most divisive. I mean, first off, I should point out that I think Brexit, I thought Brexit was the most divisive election, pretty much 50-50 down the line vote of leave or remain that just turned people into I hate you on both sides. And the American election has done exactly the same. And I was just like,
it pretty much has.
It's just mad. I mean, you've got Donald Trump, the big orange blancmange, who whose followers, they are cultish followers to a massive degree. When the votes were being counted up, right, in certain areas of the different states, they were counting the votes and say. Yeah. In whichever county, it was like, oh, Donald Trump's got 17,000 votes.
James, I don't know.
Huh? Hello?
What's happened, James? Is your Wi-Fi not good enough or something?
No, it should be fine. Can you hear me?
Oh, no. Have I glitched as well?
You've glitched a bit, yeah.
Oh, no.
Can you hear me, though?
James? Can you hear me?
I don't even know if we're live anymore. Let me check.
Well, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but please stand by for it.
Right.
No. It's not. I don't think it's me that's glitched, because I'm using my 4G.
You have glitched.
We're just getting good.
The video's still going fine. We can hear you. A little technical issue there. Well, I mean, hello, Casey. You said no election talk, please. It's just going to be a quick thing because I found it. I want to just make a joke about it. Let me just text Owen briefly. Technical difficulties, definitely. I've just told Owen that yes, it was you, Owen. We're still rolling though, so you just got me for the time being. So the thing is about the elections, you got Donald Trump in these areas saying stop the count. It's just like stop the count. But I've got to wait for Owen to come back before I can go over. So so Richard, Casey, I hope you're both doing good. Who are commenting. We've had a few other viewers, but no one's liked or commented so far. Let me see if I can get Owen back.
Hey, I'm here.
Right, there we go. Right, we were still rolling. I could hear you fine.
Yeah, but you just froze on my side. I just saw that face freeze. It was a weird face.
You that froze on here. We were still going. So.
Oh right, but you can still hear me.
Yeah, could yeah.
Oh no.
Right. So as I was saying.
Please continue.
As I was saying, so Donald Trump, so in a state where the vote was going his way, once he had more votes than Biden, his opponent, he then asked for everyone to stop counting. So he was asking people in these stop counting. I've won.
What?
Which is basically it's like me and you, Owen, yeah, and Casey and Richard that are watching, and anybody else watching. It's like us having a sack race, right? And then halfway, me stopping and going, "Stop! I've won! No, I've won." And then you going, "No, but we're still racing." No, fake news. No, I've won.
Oh, for goodness sake! Oh no!
And it's just. I just think, what? Let me check. What is going through his mind? I mean, all he's doing is winding people up, and he's got all these followers outside counting places where they're counting the votes of everybody that voted democratically, and saying, "Stop the count! Stop the count!" And it's just
what?
It's just I thought democracy was bad.
Let me guess. Are they wearing red hats by any chance?
I mean, it's the most. It's the American president. He's arguably the most powerful person in the world to represent democracy, trying to undermine democracy.
Oh, and goodness me!
I just think it's worrying. I mean, I'm not saying at all that Biden is a great candidate at all. Okay, I'm not saying that at all, because obviously there's been some news about Biden and his family that's divisive. But the thing is, because a lot of this comes from Trump, who has been proven to be a liar, a misogynist, bit racist, also disableist as well, and he's just a sore loser. I mean, do you think that's a fair estimation of Donald Trump? He's just a poor, sad loser.
In my own words, Donald Trump is just a man-child, and he just can't accept a defeat, a lose. He can't face it. I'm not sure if I heard this right or I've seen it right, but apparently he did say something in an interview saying that if he loses, he'll classify it as being rigged.
Well, he's already done that, because he was saying that before the election process started. So he's basically protected himself from losing, so he can claim that yes, it was rigged. You know, I mean, he's constantly been talking about, you know, sending in mail ballots, so through the mail, is being voter fraud, when it's not. It's protected by the American Constitution. It's always happened that way, and also there's no basis for his claim that it's fraudulent at all. It's just, I mean, one thing he has done is this has been the highest voter turnout in the United States of America for ages, since like 1910 or something. but obviously the way the voting works in America, like you've got the electoral vote, which actually gives you a president, and popular vote, which is like where you go, how many people actually voted for Trump, how many people actually voted for Biden? It's still pretty 50-50 for the last time I looked, like the popular vote.
I'll have a look as well.
It's just, I just think it's mad.
I think, hang on a minute.
So one thing, I mean,
it's close. It's really close. I'm looking on the BBC News website at the moment, the natural one.
Oh no, Owen, you've frozen again.
I'm back. Am I back?
You're back. Yeah, go again.
Good. So out of the 44 states, well, out of 50, the 44 states, Trump has 214 and Biden has 253. Mm-hmm. So to win.
Yeah. So he needs another 17 to win. Yeah. I mean, the Electoral College is a bit weird. That you need to get 270 to be a clear winner. But because they've had so many mail-in ballots,
frozen again. I'm probably frozen again.
You frozen again.
I do apologise, everyone, that this is happening.
just come off and come back
on. My Wi-Fi is not very good as it is, so I moved to my 4G to make it work better. But then again, I am currently downloading something which is taking a long time. So I do apologise that I'm. I do apologise. Can you hear me out of that?
I can hear you. I've just messaged him again.
I'm here.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. You've just got a nice frozen face.
I go.
Yeah. So Trump and Biden. Now, but I've got a friend who's a comedian. Okay. And he's put up a joke about this because what has also happened with Trump is all of his followers are now anti-Fox News, which obviously Fox News is arguably a very right-wing state-run media source.
Yeah.
And because Fox News have finally questioned Trump's lies, right? So they finally called Donald Trump out on his lies. Now, that's for me, that's a bit like Boris Johnson being told by some of his cabinet that he's a bit too Tory. It's just like, oh mate, no, look, you can't not feed children, Boris. It's a bit too Tory.
Stop.
It's like Fox News finally going, Donald Trump, you're a liar. So all his followers are now anti-Fox News. Won't follow any media source other than QAnon or some conspiracy theory or something like that. I mean,
anything that supports Trump.
Oh, yeah. He's just setting himself up to constantly be in the people's eye as some kind of. He's just some kind of monster, I think.
Yeah.
But how amusing he is. So yeah, but I mean, it is looking like it will go Biden's way. I think there's not going to be too much issue with that at the moment. But I don't think we're red of the giant blancmange.
I think he'll. If Biden wins, Trump will run against him in the next one.
Well, I mean, Biden might not last that long because he's quite old. Is the honesty? So we'll see what happens there. That's a bit of a dark thought. I apologise for that, but yeah, that's kind of
that was a bit of a dark thought. But it's relatively to say as well because obviously people age and you get the idea.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a right point to make, but I do think if he does serve out the full 4 years in his first presidency, Trump will go up against him.
Yeah, Trump will probably come back.
He's power hungry. He's just power hungry.
I think you're right. He just wants to win all of the time.
Yeah, have you seen his golf videos?
Oh, God, no. No. Can't imagine anything worse than watching Trump more.
Do you know how many times he played golf during the lockdown?
Yeah. 87 bazillion.
No, unfortunately, I wish it was that much because that would make my point even better. I think he played about 14 to 16 times, and some of them were back-to-back days.
Oh. Hold on, my sound's gone.
Can you hear me? Oh, no.
Keep talking.
Yeah, I'm still talking, but I'm not sure if you can hear me yet.
I think my speakers have just blown.
Anyway, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry, my speakers went. Oh, no, you frozen as well.
I'm trying to do some mime so you can understand.
Yeah, your screen is frozen.
Oh, technology's gone crazy today.
It's been frozen for a while. Can you hear me okay, though?
Yes.
Yes, right, okay. Well, I think
your sound's back.
The technical difficulties that are going on right now, what we'll do is, because my main speakers have just gone.
Oh, no.
Which is quite funny. So I think we're going to end, as we normally do, with something cool or fun that's happened this week or something you're looking forward to. So, Owen, you go first.
Okay, we're going to make this quick then. So on Sunday, I did my first proper, on my own, drive down to a particular place to go help and bring someone back to Northamptonshire.
Wicked.
I am looking forward to, I'm not sure what I'm looking forward to. Actually, yes, I'm looking forward to my show. I'm looking forward to doing that. So I've been kind of busy in the past week.
Yeah. That sounds good. I like it. That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, it's simple. It's nice and easy and simple.
Right. I mean, mine, I think, was it's going to look like I'm being political again, but I'm not. So whilst all the stuff was happening in America, and Casey said it earlier that she's bored of all the political talk and what's been going on. Now, I found something that I think is one of those questions that we all need to know, especially people who live in America. This is like a very, very important piece of information and statistics that I think they need to know. And it's the squirrel to human ratio by state. And it says, how many squirrels will you have to fight before they take over? And as you can see in red, it says, like, so as the colors get darker, each person will have to fight more squirrels in that state to prevent the squirrels from taking over America.
Oh my God. What wacko made this up?
Do you know what? I found it, right? I found it. I think I found it on Reddit or something, and I was just like, "This is the best thing. I love this. This is amazing. This is my favorite piece of political information anyone could have given me ever." But that's not all. That's not all. Something else happened. Something else that I found that made me really laugh. I don't know if you can. Let me just.
Heard that.
So.
Oh God, here we go.
Me, I'm going to sleep early tonight. Also, me at 3:46 a.m. I just love the cat. I love it.
The cat doing an impression of a pigeon.
Yeah. Now someone's also done a video version of that with that guy doing, and in the corner instead of a cat, it's Donald Trump dancing. But as I said, that's enough of Trump. So anyway,
you know what?
I know what you've gone off again.
I think I know what the problem is.
What's the problem?
I think the problem is I'm currently downloading the game that we'll be playing on Twitch.
Yes. Oh.
So I think it could be that, because that's taking a lot of my power at the moment.
It will take a lot of bandwidth, especially through Wi-Fi.
Especially, I'm using my 4G because I know my Wi-Fi isn't strong. So I thought I might have been able to escape it, but obviously not. My 4G is a lot better than my Wi-Fi. My Xbox at the moment is Wi-Fi driven, so could be that.
Well, there you go. There's the explanation. Right. Anyway, but thank you for those that have watched and given us a like and a comment. We will be doing this on a regular time on a Friday between 4 and 5. Talk about any news of the week and stuff. But if anyone's got any suggestions, please let me know. I will be sorting out a few Facebook events so people get reminded of what's going on. Because obviously, since I had that little bit of time off, the viewer count has dropped a little bit, but that's fine. We can deal with that. But thank you very much, Owen.
You're very welcome. Thank you, James.
Thank you. Right, we'll say goodbye, everybody.